Sympathetic nervous system is activated in response to stress, danger, or any situation requiring heightened alertness and physical readiness. When triggered, the SNS initiates a cascade of physiological changes collectively referred to as the fight or flight response. This state is essential for survival, preparing the body to either face the threat head-on or to escape from it. Now, in prehistoric times, the system was essential for survival in situations like encountering a wild animal such as a tiger, where a swift physical response determined life or death. Once the threat passed, the parasympathetic nervous system took over, calming the body and conserving energy for recovery. This cycle of activation and relaxation helped maintain overall health. There was a balance between both systems. Hello and Namaste, I'm Akash, your holistic nutrition coach. In this video, we are going to discuss the following. First, key differences between the two divisions of the autonomic nervous system, sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. Second, health concerns of chronic activation of the flight or fight nervous system. And third, key steps to activate the rest and digest nervous system. So the fight or flight response evolved to help us survive physical threats, but modern day stressors are very different. Today, rather than facing immediate physical dangers like wild animals, we experience a variety of chronic, low-grade stressors, deadlines, financial pressure, relationship issues, traffic, and even the constant connectivity and notifications from our mobile devices. Although these stressors are not life-threatening, our brain perceives them significant enough to repeatedly activate the fight or flight response. The problem is that unlike the short, intense burst of activity that followed an encounter with a predator, modern stressors don't end quickly. Instead, they can be persistent or recur throughout the day. This constant low-level stress means that the sympathetic nervous system is frequently or even chronically activated, often without sufficient recovery time. This leads to the overactivation of the fight or flight response with long-term consequences for physical and mental health. When the fight or flight response is repeatedly activated without real danger, it can have several adverse effects. First is increased cortisol levels. So chronic stress leads to prolonged cortisol release, which can suppress immune function, making the body more susceptible to infections and slower to heal. Elevated cortisol also contributes to increased fat storage, particularly in the abdominal area, and may lead to conditions like insulin resistance, high blood pressure, and cardiovascular strain. Constantly elevated blood pressure strains the cardiovascular system and increases the risk of hypertension, heart disease, and stroke. Then you have the digestive issues. Chronic activation of the SNS disrupts digestion by reducing blood flow to the stomach and intestines. This can lead to issues like indigestion, acid reflux, and irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. Mental health. Overactivation of SNS can lead to mental health problems like anxiety and depression are the most common outcomes of prolonged stress. The amygdala becomes overactive while the prefrontal cortex, responsible for decision making and self-control, may become less effective. Sleep disturbances are also frequent, as the overactive fight or flight response can make it difficult to relax and enter restful sleep. Then you have the weakened immune response. An overactive fight or flight response divert resources away from long-term functions like immune defense. This can lead to frequent illnesses, slower recovery, and over time even chronic inflammation, which has been linked to conditions like autoimmune disorders and some types of cancer. Then of course you have muscle tension and pain. Chronic stress keeps muscle in a heightened state of tension, which can lead to pain, particularly in the neck, shoulders, and back. Now the question that demands attention here is this: are there any tell signs that allows us to understand which system is dominant in our bodies at any given point of time? Of course there is. Consider this table. The SNS and PNS create opposing responses in many organs to maintain a balanced internal state. These are great tell signs that will help you determine which system is predominant in your body at any given moment. Of course, no system is 100% activated. This just shows which system is more dominant at any given point in time. So this table highlights the distinct action of each system. A few examples can help you recognize parasympathetic activation. So first is increased saliva production, which is a major cue of parasympathetic dominance. So next time when you sit down to meditate or relax deeply, you will notice a surge in saliva, signaling that your body is in the rest and digest mode, which promotes healing. In fact, over time, when you are effectively able to activate your PNS, there will be enough saliva production that you may be required to gulp it down periodically. Also, when your heart rate slows down, it's a sign that parasympathetic nervous system is more active. Tears during relaxation can indicate the release of pent-up stress, signaling the brain's shift to a restorative state. Now, these responses are indicators that the PNS is aiding in physical and mental recovery. Only when you experience these signs will you become mindful of these signals. In contrast, frequent stress responses without adequate relaxation can disrupt digestion and immune function. For example, consuming caffeine when feeling sleepy or eating while stressed diverts blood away from digestion, harming gut health over time. So in this stressed out era, we are often stimulated by caffeine, constant digital connectivity, and long work hours, preventing our bodies from relaxing. Cortisol, the main stress hormone, becomes elevated, which can increase fat storage in the abdomen, sometimes called cortisol belly. Constantly higher cortisol can impact health significantly. So by recognizing and activating the parasympathetic nervous system, particularly through relaxation techniques and mindful practices, you will give your body a chance to rest and heal. The biggest hack or tip that I suggest to activate your parasympathetic nervous system is this: have a solid night ritual that has the potential to significantly boost your sleep quality. When you are in deep sleep, it's the only time that your brain can rest and reboot. However, as we have already discussed, night time for most people is a time when we are charged up. We have bright lights on in houses, we drink and eat close to our bedtime, our screen time is the maximum around this time. So how on earth do you think you will allow your rest and digest to get activated? Well, somehow you end up sleeping, and because hey, you're gonna sleep, right? But your brain is still activated because of all the activities you did just before bed. And then you wonder why you still feel tired in the morning even after sleeping 6 to 8 hours at night. So my strongest suggestion for you is to build your night ritual. About 1 hour prior to your bedtime, do the following 8 things. First, set a regular bedtime. Consistency is the key. Aim to go to the bed at the same time every night, ideally between 9 to 10 p.m. Between 10 to 11 is also fine. This aligns with your body's natural circadian rhythm, helping you fall asleep faster and wake up feeling energized. If you're used to staying up late, gradually shift your bedtime earlier in 15 to 30 minute increments each night. So here's a pro tip. Set a wind down alarm an hour before bed to remind you to start your night ritual. Step number 2, disconnect from screens. Blue light from screens, phones, TVs, laptops suppresses melatonin, which is the hormone responsible for your sleep. So an hour before bed, shut down all electronics. This allows your body to naturally prepare to sleep. In fact, post 5 p.m. start using tinted glasses, yellow glasses, or even orange glasses, which is the best. Something like this. Make sure to turn off all overhead lights and use lamps to light up your house. Use this 1 hour to engage in relaxing activities like reading, journaling, or stretching. I personally recommend reading a calming book, something that does not overstimulate your mind. You could also listen to soothing music or practice deep breathing exercises. Step 3 is to create a sleep-inducing environment. Your bedroom should be a sanctuary for sleep. And here's how you can optimize it. First, temperature. Keep your room cool around 60 to 67 degree Fahrenheit. 15 to 20% degree is ideal. Darkness. Use blackout curtains or an eye mask to block out light. Third, silence. If noise is an issue, use earplugs or a white noise machine. Then comfort. Invest in a comfortable mattress and pillow that supports good sleep posture. So a clutter-free, calm environment signals your body that it's time to rest. Step 4, reflect and unwind mentally. So before bed, take out a few minutes to reflect on your day. This is your time to clear mental clutter. Write down anything lingering in your mind, tasks, worries, or thoughts to release them before sleep. Journaling helps prevent overthinking in bed. Step number 5, meditate or practice gratitude meditation, even for 5 to 10 minutes. It can significantly improve your sleep quality. Focus on your breath, allowing your mind to relax. You can also incorporate a gratitude practice where you list down 3 things that you're grateful for from the day. This helps shift your mind into a positive, calm state. Perfect for sleep. And here's a pro tip. You can also say affirmations or mantras to calm your mind. This could be something as simple as I let go of today and welcome rest and rejuvenation. Step number 6, avoid late night eating or drinking. Eating larger meals or drinking caffeine or alcohol late in the evening can disrupt your sleep. Aim to finish your last meal by 7 p.m. maximum. And if you need a snack, keep it light, like a handful of nuts or a small piece of fruit. Step number 7, light stretching or relaxation exercises. Gentle stretching or a short yoga session can help release tension and prepare your body for rest. Focus on slow, mindful movements that relax the muscle and calms your mind. If you prefer, you can also practice progressive muscle relaxation by tensing and then releasing each muscle group. Step number 8, plan your morning. To make your mornings easier, prepare the night before. Lay out your workout clothes, prepare your breakfast ingredients, or jot down the top 3 tasks for the next day. This eliminates decision fatigue in the morning and makes waking up early feel purposeful. So here's a quick summary of the routine. Please click a screenshot. So folks, take action and take your sleep seriously. And this by far is the best way you can effectively activate your parasympathetic nervous system. Subscribe if you like the content. Thank you so much for your time. Stay healthy, stay fabulous.